Welcome back to the Crypto's Key conversation. We're going to jump straight into this stuff because I got to take care of some stuff before my boys' gymnastics practice. JD had replied to Altcoin Daily when Altcoin Daily had put up this meme here. It says, crypto investors waiting for bull market again. And JD says, more like crypto investors waiting for Gary Gensler to pivot from his anti-crypto agenda. I mean, facts. I mean, there's so. I mean, I was actually going through some of these. They're not called tweets anymore, but these posts and like the threads and stuff, and just kind of hearing some, or I guess reading some of the dialogue that's been happening. I mean, there is so much emotions going on. It's crazy, and I'm saying from the negative light, and then you have the super bullish, and then you have like the in betweeners. But I'm talking about like the extremes. It's just interesting to kind of see them go back and forth. And I'm going to cover one in here in a second that I thought was pretty powerful in regards of just kind of how people should kind of think. Obviously, you got to go through the ebbs and flows of your time invested in this space and understanding the market and getting a feel for things. We've all kind of taken our losses being in the space, and you kind of just learn and grow from it. But I mean, just to see, there's people that said I've been in here for 5+ years, and they're still having those super high, super extreme emotions, high and low, which is kind of like, man, we're really going through it. What we've experienced in this bear market, I mean, is really taking a toll on people, especially, members within the XRP community. Yeah, we hodl strong, and, we have high conviction. Obviously, we had we're on the right side of the law, right side of history, but people are really like going through it. And it's like, dang, man, like I feel that. But then again, I got to keep myself grounded too at the same time. That's why I stay busy with my life outside of the market, outside of these videos and making content and being on X and investing in this space. Like, grow and build elsewhere, like in my life, working my job and seeing what else I can do to, set my boys and I up for more success. I mean, because obviously it's a waiting game in this space. And if you're positioned properly, then you're going to reap the benefits. And that's just kind of how it works when you zoom out. But we're going to continue. Linda P. Jones hit this on the head. Says, I think the proper party is going to be epic. If you can't afford to go, there's no shame in that. But if you are attending, I think it will be totally worth it, and you'll be glad you did. It's not about the price of XRP. It's about celebrating the shackles being removed and lift off to the bright future when Ripple and XRP have before them, or future we know Ripple and XRP have before them. The frosting will be meeting the incredible people in the XRP community. Thank you, Brad Garlinghouse and Ripple, for providing the enthusiasm, means, and celebration. I mean, yeah. XRP Crypto Wolf says, the Ripple Party was never about the XRP price. It was always meant to be about how the community in the Ripple defeated the SEC when no one else could. Absolutely hits it on the head, and I love it. XRP Crypto Wolf's always dialed in. I wanted to touch on this part of it too. So JD right here says, JD757, but 95% of XRP community will lose in the end. It's the honest truth, brother. So I'm really curious to see what JD757's perspective was when he had tweet or posted this, because I can understand it from the lens I'm looking at it in regards of he's saying 95%, meaning like, they're going to hodl for some astronomical number that may not happen this bull market. Then I think there's a lot of validity to that. I mean, I've fell victim to that, being, an early investor and not really understanding this market and how things work. There's ebbs and flows, there's ups and downs. That's kind of how it goes. The higher you go, you're going to come crashing back down too. So I can see where, if he is looking at it from the lens that I'm looking at it from, meaning people just aren't going to take profit because they're going to have FOMO and they're going to have all this excitement they don't want to miss. It's like, well, yeah, then they will. This gentleman right here says, I honestly don't understand how people think XRP is going to moonshot to $100. Never come back. People that don't pay attention to charts, I guess. Exactly. So many people would be in life-changing wealth territory even before $10. It's going to have stalls and pullbacks, and I'm guessing the more violent the ride-up, the more the nastier the dips will be. It's going to be very hard to put emotions on the shelf. I mean, this was a very sound and solid and adult post here, in my opinion, because it sheds light on an important concept, is the emotion, the psychological part of it. As much as some of us like to think we're all experienced. Like I've been in since late 2017, and I like to think, oh, I've been experienced enough in this space. I've gotten involved and been a part of a bunch of different networks, and got involved in communities and invested this and did that. I mean, experienced all these things, lost a lot of money, made some good money, all these things, right? But at the end of the day, like emotions, life happens. It's not just about you investing in the space. It's you're dealing with real life, real world things. Something tragic may happen in your life, or something may pop up unexpectedly, and then you get to the point where you're like, oh man, I need money, I need this, and then you start making these emotion-based plays that can be catastrophic, or excuse me, that can be devastating for your portfolio or your investing strategy or your profit-taking strategy. So this is a really strong post here, and I wanted to bring it to our community here. It's like, you have to do your best. And I'm saying that with respect to your position and your experience in this space, okay? With respect, I understand. I made a lot of mistakes. I've had my issues and my goods and my bads in this space. So with respect to it, I'm saying I highly recommend, not financial advice, of course, I highly recommend that you do your best to manage those emotions, because when it happens, we know it's going to feel like a straight line up, and it's going to be like that when it actually does take off. Do you have your investing strategy / profit taking strategy in place? And if you do, you got to stick to it. Do what's best for you and your family, okay? There's always going to be room for plays to be made. Obviously, this is going to be one of the most life-changing, changing plays that we'll probably ever experience in our lifetime. But from speaking for myself and other people that's been in this space, that's had this experience in this space, you have to stick to it. I mean, I'm literally like lost for words because it's like that serious. There's a lot of emotion I have behind this, because it's a lot of things that could have been different in my life if I would have had this knowledge and I was able to control my emotions to that regard. So now I'm here where I'm at, and I'm trying to think positive. I'm trying to move forward. I'm trying to do things better going forward. There's going to be plays. There's going to be opportunities to be made. Stick to your strategy. Do what's best for you and your family and your life. And when you reap the benefits of sticking around and investing in it properly, setting up a portfolio properly, you get the benefits. Just realize that there's more plays that can be made later on down the road. Really zoom out. You can see there's market cycles here, ebbs and flows of this market. Don't be that 95% that JD up there was talking about. And I got to say 757 because I called John Deaton JD. But yeah, I just thought it was powerful. I wanted to touch on it. I wanted to touch on this quick little 30-second clip, and then we'll move on from here.
Winters, Ripple has grown. We're in a very strong position with a very strong balance sheet. As you mentioned earlier, we closed one acquisition earlier in the year. We have another pending acquisition right now. We're continuing to play offense in a whole bunch of different ways, and we're growing the business. We're growing our customers. We're growing our product suite. We believe that our customers are coming to us really seeking for us to be the infrastructure provider around blockchain and crypto technologies. And we started with payments, now we're in custody. We'll continue to expand beyond that.
When it comes to that acquisition.
So remember, we've already talked about on this channel how they were saying they were going to grow and scale as a company organically or through acquisition. And obviously with the Fortress and I forgot the name of the other one. I had the name, but clearly they're acquiring key businesses that are strengthening their position and building this infrastructure that he's talking about. Obviously, the scaling's happening. The shackles are off the digital asset XRP, as these reporters like to say, oh, Ripple's native token and all this stuff, right? But Ripple, the company itself, continue to build partnerships, continue to grow, continue to scale, continue to grow organically through acquisition, while still being in the lawsuit with the SEC. It's mind-boggling, and it's crazy to think that there's people out there that really still hate and don't see it, or they don't want to see it. They're maxis in their own digital assets, and it's like, how could you think negative or hate on Ripple, the company, and the digital asset XRP when literally the writing's on the wall? There's no other digital asset, we'll say without, minus Bitcoin in the United States that doesn't have, no, there's none at all, that doesn't have true lawful and judgment-based legal clarity, right? It's mind-boggling. That's just a digital asset XRP. Now you have Ripple, the company. I just don't understand. And I got like friends that still ain't listening. And I've been talking about it for years. And now we are where we are here, and they're still not listening. I mean, we're still sitting at, let me see, let me make sure. Let me refresh it real quick. This CoinGecko. We're still sitting at 48 cents. And I've been telling them, I'm like, I'm just saying, you might want to get you a little bag. Hey, you know what you got to lose type thing. You know, we be wasting it going out to eat food, and you know, we go hoop at the gym, and dude, just put a little bit of your bread in there. I mean, that's kind of how I talk to them. But hey, you live and you learn, right? DAI had put this up. It says Congress, you won't be able to say you didn't know that Ethereum was Chinese Trojan horse. So he's talking about Truth Labs in this infographic here, and it's just, this infographic is crazy. It's a trip. Vitalik Buterin, Wang Chang. Remember we covered this before. Wang Chang, E Foundation. Just, I mean, clearly this Wang Chang stuff is mind-boggling. Vitalik Buterin, Nanopool, Beacon. Dude, this is way over my head, but I mean, we see some familiar names, and the fact that Wang Chang and Ethereum Foundation are so intertwined and interlinked is crazy. And this is just this, I guess you could say, the infographic or the web. This is only a certain portion of the web. We know that it's a lot more massive than this, which is crazy. And I think DAI's referring to like the Bernie Madoff thing, acting as like they didn't know, but it's already been out there. We talked about it on this channel. It's already been out there, so they can't play dumb. It's there. We've been added. Literally, look, hey, you have it. Majority Whip, Patrick McHenry, Warren Davis. Like you've been added, and it's not like you don't know that you've been linked to all these posts, and it's been happening for years now. So we'll see. And then here goes Tom Emmer here, says, if not open, permissionless and private like cash, a CBDC is nothing more than a CCP-style surveillance tool that can be weaponized to oppress the American way of life. We're not going to let it happen. Not on House Republicans' watch. So this is a political channel, but we're tired of words. We're tired of letters. Let's take some action when it comes to this whole shady stuff of Chairman Gensler and all his incumbent buddies and his people that are pulling his puppet strings. Start, like JD said, start getting some subpoenas rolling, start opening up some investigations. Let's level the playing field and do this thing right. And I was going to play this entire 7-minute clip because I think it's powerful, but I'm sure a lot of you out there probably already heard it. But I played the segment that I like, the whole acquisition and the growth and the scaling, man. There's going to be some fun times ahead, and I'm here for the ride. Currently sitting at a 41 on the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, and we are at $1.08 trillion market cap. That's what I have for you, man. I know I've been crazy busy. I haven't been posting every day like I normally do. I'm going to try to at least get 2 to 3 videos out a week. I'm in this whole new process of learning this whole new system and my English teaching and working with SPED students. And there's a whole world in this IEP document stuff that I've just literally been drowning with, on top of being in my credential program. Like I have my bachelor's, my master's, but you need a credential out here in Cali to teach what I'm teaching and to teach in general. So it's just been a lot. And realistically, sometimes I'm just not going to have it. And sometimes I'm just going to be busy and I'm not going to post. So I'm just going to say, hey, I'm going to try my best to get 2 to 3 out. My goal is to still hit every day if I possibly can. But, with the schedule I got right now, especially with my boys, I'm not going to sacrifice my boys to try to, spread myself thin at the sacrifice of my boys. And that's just kind of how I am. But hey, I'm gonna make some videos. I'm gonna be on X. Hit me up, leave some comments. Let me know how things are going. I hope everything's going well for you guys out there. Make sure you come to the Crypto is Key Conversation YouTube channel. Subscribe. Follow us on X at Crypto is Key 1. I really appreciate your support out there. With all that being said, stay strong out there and be safe.